So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to switch the anti-sway bars. GT-Rs are big, heavy cars. They put a lot of load on the suspension. The stock sway bars, the front one's pretty big, but the rear one's pretty small. We think the rear one is way too small and can contribute to a lot of understeer, especially with a staggered tire fitment. So we're going to do something about that. We use the Forged Performance sway bars because we feel that these are some of the best on the market for the GT-R. There's other brands of sway bars, but they're all pretty small and they're not that much stiffer than stock. The Forged Performance front bar is 38 millimeters versus the stock 34 millimeters, and it's 130% stiffer. It's tubular, so it's really lightweight, and it's two-way adjustable, so you can fine-tune the oversteer-understeer balance. The rear bar in the GT-R is only 14 millimeters in diameter, and that's really wimpy. We think it hardly contributes to much in the way of roll resistance at all. Now the Forged Performance bar is 24 millimeters, so it's twice as thick as the stock one. It has 3 adjusting points, and it's a whopping 800% stiffer when it comes to roll resistance in stock. Now that might seem pretty crazy, but the overall proportion of front to rear stiffness provided by the bars is actually probably even less aggressive than typical. So it's not really that crazy. And when you look at the overall rate, it's not really that crazy. So we're just stepping up the contribution of overall roll stiffness of the rear bar, and it's actually to a reasonable amount. Now an interesting thing is the end links. This is the Forged Performance end link. This is the factory one. Now there's a lot of stress going through the sway bars, and there's a lot of cars that are known to fail their link, and they're bigger than these. I haven't heard too much about GT-R end links failing, but I bet you it could totally be an issue. The Forged Performance one uses Teflon line, spherical bearings. There's no give. They're really low friction. They don't contribute to much overall harshness. They do allow more noise to be transferred. They have this turnbuckle assembly that allows the overall length to be adjusted, which is really handy when you're adjusting it into different holes for understeer, oversteer adjustment. And also, when you're corner weighting the cars, you can take all the preload off the sway bar. The other cool thing is the brackets. This is the OEM bracket. It's just thin stamped sheet metal, and when you really increase the load on the sway bar, this thing can bend, distort, or even fall off the car. The Forged Performance parts are thick, they're welded, they have a lot of gusseting on the sides, so they're very rigid. And they're yellow chromated for rust resistance. We feel that these bars are really going to help a lot, and it's going to help us maintain a decent ride on the street too. So now our bars are installed. Our front bar is a lot stiffer than stock. It's also two-way adjustable. I love adjustable bars because when you're by yourself at the track, like most of us are, it's a real bummer to try to change springs to make a balanced tuning change. Change the springs, you need the crew, you need to realign and re-corner balance the car. But with an adjustable bar, almost anybody can just move this bolt from one hole to the other. Now, a big bar like this, you would think it's a lot heavier, but it's hollow, and it's made out of a better metal, like 1096 spring steel, higher grade of steel. One of the best bars on the market for this car, and we really think it's going to make a huge difference. Now the rear bar is a whopping 800% stiffer than the stock rear bar. Like the front, it's made out of tubular 1096 spring steel, so the weight doesn't go up really, and it's three-way adjustable, so you have a lot of flexibility in adjustment. For a car of this size and weight and the motion ratio of the bar, 800% sounds like a lot. In the overall scheme of things, it's going to be not bad, and it'll actually help balance the bar, and it's enough of an increase in stiffness so you're actually going to feel these adjustments. Perfect thing for if you do track days or spirited street driving. These bars will actually contribute a lot to reduce body roll and increase tunability. That wraps up this segment. Just remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll keep on getting updates, and you can follow the series. You can see our other videos, and don't forget to visit www.motoiq.com to read all kinds of cool tech stuff.